if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. We are young.
See, like, I get, that's why the millennial We Are Young song pisses me off, because I know it's true.
Yeah.
Because, like, my freshman year of college, we would, like, drive around town. We would, like, go, like, to Outlooks. We would, like, get drunk, and then, like, that song would be blasting. And we're like, we are young forever. We're never gonna die. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the What Was That podcast. I'm Jazzy.
And I'm Addi.
We are in the thick of Halloween season, and there are a few traditions that I do every year. I personally am a big fan of a pumpkin patch.
Haunted houses are a must. I also need those little, like, holiday cookies. You know the ones.
Mm-hmm. I love those cookies. I actually did bring some for our movie night after we're done with this.
Yay! Scary movies are an all-year thing for me, but they hit different this time of year.
What happens when those scary movies come off the silver screen and into your home?
Ooh.
Story 1. Strange things started happening after watching a movie. So let me start off by saying I'm a huge horror movie fan, and I've seen all major horror movies out there. I'm pretty much only ever watch horror movies in my spare time and like watching anything paranormal. I find it hard to be genuinely scared, and most horrors don't really scare me. My brain is like, most horrors don't scare me.
I'm not afraid of no horrors.
So I was looking for a decent horror movie to watch, and I'm into mostly demonic and paranormal horrors. I came across a movie called The Dark and the Wicked. I looked it up on IMDb, and it had fairly good ratings, so I thought I'd give it a try. I started watching it around 1 a.m., and after I finished it, I was like, fuck, that was really scary. But that doesn't happen often, and it freaked me out a bit. My wife was sleeping, and I quietly got into bed because I didn't want to wake her up, but she woke up anyway. She asked me what time it was, and it was almost 3 a.m. at that point. I told her I watched a really scary movie, and it freaked me out. She pretty much told me to shut the fuck up and go to sleep. She can't watch or listen to anything remotely scary. It had been like 20 minutes or so, and I was in bed, trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden, I hear an alarm go off. Initially, I was thinking it came from my neighbor's house, but it sounded closer. My wife woke up, and she said it could be the car alarm. I looked outside, and it wasn't the car, so I thought I'd go downstairs to check it out. The fire alarm was going off. So I put the light on, went into the kitchen, and there was no smoke. I went into the living room, and there was no smoke. All the appliances were off. I didn't think much of it, so I turned the alarm off and went back to bed. I told my wife, and we didn't make anything of it. I tried to go back to sleep again. It must have been in bed around 30 minutes or so, and I heard the fire alarm go off again. I did the same thing, looked around the house, no smoke, all appliances off. I didn't have any explanation for it. I took the fire alarm off the ceiling and checked the battery to see if it was low, as this is one of the reasons why it would go off. This particular fire alarm, you can't change the battery. It had an expiration date that ended in 2028. I didn't put the fire alarm back on the ceiling and threw it in the bin. I went back to bed, and needless to say, my wife was pissed. She was like, I always tell you not to watch these types of movies at night. We are Muslim, and she thinks that if you watch movies with demon shit in it, it can bring negative energy into the house. I thought it was bullshit, but after that day, I'm having second thoughts. I'm still going to watch horror movies. I just happen to find it crazy that we've lived in this house for 3 years now, and nothing like this has happened before. It could be just a coincidence, but it made me think. I've had friends who've told me similar things happened to them in the past. What are your thoughts? Do you feel that watching scary paranormal shit can bring negative energy into your house?
Hold on 1 second before I think
I want to know what this movie
sure
is.
I've seen this movie.
I was hoping. I was like, if I put a bunch of scary movies in here, there's a good chance that you have seen them.
Yeah, I have seen this, but it's been a minute. Probably a couple of years. Yes. Okay, so my first thing that I was going to say, just off the top of my head, I'm like, what if is there fire alarm carbon monoxide detector? Because what if it was
that's a really good point.
off from carbon monoxide? that was my first question.
Yeah.
My second thing was this exact thing has happened to Quentin and I once.
Oh, weird.
We weren't, I don't think we were watching a scary movie or anything before this, but we were in bed and we were asleep, and it was probably 3 a.m. or something around there, and the fire alarm went off. And this is what makes me think it was carbon monoxide, because we told Quentin's mom and she said the same thing. She's like, are you sure it wasn't carbon monoxide?
Yeah.
But the fire alarm went off. We turned it off, went back to sleep, and then not long after that, it went off again. And we woke up and we were like, hello, what is happening right now? It freaks you out because you're in the middle of the night and all of a sudden it's like, like in your ear.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the alarm is like, "Hey, you're gonna die. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, you need to leave."
And you're like, "I knew it was a demon." It's like,
no. You're saying things because you have carbon monoxide poisoning, girl. Like,
you're
you need to
losing
get
it
out.
a little bit.
But it wasn't, unless I'm in an alternate timeline where it was and I died and now we're here. But anyway, this movie is super spooky. It is scary. I would say it's not the scariest paranormal movie to watch.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit silly, but I love paranormal movies. They are my favorite. Demonic possession and paranormal are my favorite scary movies.
Yeah. Those are the ones that scare me the most.
Yeah. I love them. I feel like they're most of the time really, really interesting, and a lot of them are pretty unique in the way that they handle things.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have your recurring ones where they're like, "Oh, she's possessed, call a priest," and it's Christian propaganda to get you to believe in demons. But it makes me think of, do you remember when The Conjuring, oh my god, it was like the 5th one, what was it called? Because the one that just came out was Last Rites. Mm-hmm. And then it's the one before that, and it was the story of the Devil Made Me Do It. That's what it's called. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, they were promoting that movie like crazy, and they were saying similar things. They were like, don't watch this movie because you'll take something home with you. That's how strong the demon is.
Which, like, I think that marketing campaign definitely worked, because when I was pulling stories for this, a lot of them, we probably could have done an entire episode of just Conjuring stories.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to my sister on the phone before I came to record, and she was saying that her and her friends were watching The Conjuring, like, way back when it had just come out on DVD, and they're sitting there, and a cross fell off the wall, and they're like, ah!
Ooh, see, that would spook me if that happened. The Conjuring are probably, I mean, it's really hard. They're my favorite scary movie world.
Yeah.
I love The Conjuring. It's so hard because I have like The Conjuring, the Scream franchise, Hell House LLC, and all of the subsequent absolute mayhem movies that they made off of it. And those are like my top 3 franchises, I guess. And they're all like right next to each other. So it's really hard to pick. But
yeah,
I love The Conjuring and everything about The Conjuring. So that's what this made me think of, is like how they marketed those movies. Fun fact, I actually got kicked out of the first Conjuring movie in the theaters because I was not 17 yet, and it was rated R.
Yeah.
And I was 16, and Sarah and I snuck in because she was 17. She had just turned 17. But I was still 16, and I wasn't turning 17 for like another month.
Yeah.
And we snuck in, and the theater was packed because it was opening night, and the manager like came in and was like scanning, and he like made eye contact with us, and I was like, oh shit. And he like came over and he was like, you guys have your IDs? And I was like, no. And he was like,
a hall monitor.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, let the children watch horror. So they yearn for it.
Yeah, I got kicked out, and I had to wait until it came out on DVD. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think that scary movies in themselves can open up stuff like that, because it's just media.
Yeah, I
Like-
think it could get your brain in a zone where you're just picking up on every little thing. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're trying to buy a Kia, you're going to start noticing Kias everywhere.
Exactly. You're
So-
like, oh, I love blue cars, and you see blue cars everywhere.
Yeah. I think it just puts your brain in that zone where every little creak, you're going to hear it. Like, clearly, this is someone coming to murder me.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh, this one little jar, it moved. There's no way that it could have possibly moved. Meanwhile, you accidentally hit it with your sweater 20 minutes ago and you just didn't notice.
Right.
I don't personally I think if anyone is going to be affected by a movie, it's going to be the actors in it who are
Yes.
doing the actual rituals. Because that was another thing in The Conjuring, is that in one of them, they talked about how they actually used a Latin prayer, or not prayer, but ritual.
Yeah.
And they were,
Oof.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that,
I would request that they make up something that sounds like Latin, but it's gibberish.
see, but then you have the people in the audience who are like, I took so much Latin, I know what they're saying, and they're not saying anything.
Yeah, okay, Urkel, you say the thing. Like,
Yeah. That was actually
me, someone who took Latin in high school, you say the thing. Go for it.
That was actually a big thing in American Horror Story Coven, the 3rd season.
Yeah.
They apparently, whenever have you seen American Horror Story?
I have.
So
Yeah.
they in that season they summon Papa Ligma. Is it Ligma? Ligma balls. Sorry.
For the sake of this, yes it is.
Papa Legba, sorry. I was close, okay?
It was right there.
They summon Papa Legba, and there is a ritual and a phrase and a whole thing that you're supposed to say to summon Papa Legba.
Yeah.
And he's a voodoo demon or something of that sort.
Yeah.
And he's obviously, like, he's supposed to bring really, really bad everything, you know?
Yeah.
And so they did the actual ceremony in American Horror Story Coven.
Yeah.
And apparently a bunch of stuff started happening after that was really, like, scary.
Yeah.
And a lot of the actors were really freaked out because they were like, did we actually summon Papa Legba in this, for the show, for the
Yeah.
sake of acting?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I have heard, I want to say The Omen, Rosemary's Baby, The Exorcist. There's a bunch of horror movies where they're doing things and weird things
stuff
happen on
happens.
set.
Yeah.
So I think watching it, you're probably fine. Actively doing things, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe not.
That's how I feel. I'm like, if you're watching a movie, I think you're in the clear.
Yeah.
You're inviting in negative energy into your brain, obviously, by consuming horror content. But I don't think that you're at risk for an actual possession
No.
by watching a movie.
I think also how your brain processes it could determine what happens to you. Because if you watch something and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die, clearly demons are like crawling around everywhere, maybe you're gonna accidentally invite something in that you shouldn't.
Yeah, because
So-
you're opening yourself to that.
Yeah, keep your door closed.
Yeah. Just don't believe in it. That's what we do.
Yeah, just like, okay. Me gets so, I'm gonna be so spooked in my walk home.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna watch scary movies and then you're gonna we'll walk you home because we have to walk Hank anyway.
Okay,
so
cool. It's
we'll
like, yeah, go walk home in the dark.
Yeah, no, we'll walk
Don't
you
let
home.
the door hit you in the ass.
Also, our neighborhood is so cute, so I'm like, you never have anything to worry.
The entire time in this neighborhood, I've been like, Scream could take place here, Halloween could take place here. It's definitely not like a demon-possessy neighborhood, but I could see slasher.
It's the stereotypical suburban neighborhood.
It's like a slice of Americana, so it's what they're trying to emulate.
Exactly.
But it is such a cute, perfect neighborhood.
It is.
It's so cute.
Picturesque as fuck.
The leaves? Shut up.
Leaves now?
There's a street with pink leaves on the trees.
That's what I was telling Rachel earlier. I literally was like, because we were walking Hank 2 days ago, and we were walking on that street with all of the pink trees, and I stopped walking because I was like, I have never seen this pink of a leaf before in my life.
It's beautiful. I was looking at it again today. I was looking down at the leaves. I was like, this is not red. This is pink. This is very pink.
Pink. Yeah, that's what they said our wedding venue was going to be like. She said that it'll have pink, orange, yellow, and red leaves.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah. God, pretty
I'm so excited, dude.
Literally a year from tomorrow.
A week, let's go.
Oh shit. No.
So we've got some calls to make, actually.
Yeah, a year.
Stop recording. We've got some calls. We've got shit to do.
I can't do anything right now. Yeah, a year from tomorrow we'll be getting married. So just cute things.
It's so cute.
But anyway.
Yeah,
I think you definitely kind of psyched yourself out on this one and then just had a coincidental carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, get that checked for sure.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody says that in the comments. Somebody said this started happening after I watched The Conjuring and Demon House. Interesting. That's so interesting. I would like to know. I would like to know if that's an actual thing. Like, can somebody study that? Can somebody study watching a movie and then stay overnight at somebody's house and see if something happens? Because me personally, I've never had that happen.
Right.
I've watched thousands of scary movies, and I've never, ever had that happen.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had anything happen from watching a scary movie.
Yeah.
I told you I had sleep paralysis for the second time. Mm-hmm. Strange.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only had sleep paralysis like twice in my life, and both of them were really traumatizing. So, I was going to say something. I don't know. We'll move on to story 2. Thanks. Oh, Conjuring. Okay, well then I can bring up what I was going to say in this one. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Story 2. Watch The Conjuring 2. Creepy things started happening to us afterwards. It's my first time posting here. I've been a follower of this thread for a while and wanted to share a recent experience that I still can't explain and see what you guys make of it. Short disclaimer, I'm an open-minded skeptic, and while I have unexplained experiences that could be paranormal, I don't tend to spook easily. I believe 9 out of 10 times there is a rational explanation. I haven't yet had an experience that is definitively, undeniably paranormal. A couple of months ago, me and my boyfriend both watched the Conjuring films for the first time. The first one I found really fucking creepy. About a week later, we watched the second. I actually really enjoyed this film and its storyline. I just genuinely liked it as a piece of filmmaking. However, beginning the night we watched that second film, a few odd, unexplained events began happening. We went to bed that night. I wasn't in a fearful or anxious state of mind, having enjoyed the film and watched TV for a while after. As I'm drifting off, I hear a really loud noise behind my head, as though something has fallen through the slats of the headboard. Our headboard is wooden with slat panels, pretty basic. It's flush against the wall. The noise was as though something heavy, like my phone, had dropped from the very top of the headboard and bounced its way down to them, if that makes sense. Clattering is the best word I can use to describe it. It startled both me and my boyfriend, who got his phone and shone the light down the sides of the bed to see what had fallen. My phone was charging where it had always been, and there was nothing on the floor behind the bed. Nothing had fallen around or near the headboard. I was a little weirded out because the noise was so distinct and we'd both heard it. Anyway, I figure we both might have jumped awake separately and gone back to sleep. Next thing I know, I'm sat upright in bed, sweating buckets. It's February, tapping my boyfriend and staring at the ceiling, repeating, "What's up there?" I feel like I've been doing this in my sleep for a few seconds and become fully conscious as he mumbles something like, "What are you going on about?" I realize what I'm doing and lie back down, telling him it's nothing. I look at the time and it's 3 a.m. I feel really unsettled. A few days pass and I'm pretty much forgotten that night, assuming I'd been having odd dreams, until my boyfriend asked me why I keep opening his drawers. Opposite our bed, we have a heavy pine chest of drawers. The drawers aren't on rollers and have round knobs as handles. They aren't always easy to open and have warped a little. My boyfriend said that he's noticed the third drawer down is always open when we get back from work, and now deliberately shuts it before we leave, only to find it open or slightly ajar when we get back. This happens every few days or a couple of weeks, and we considered putting cameras in the room before it seemed to stop. We've had an odd experience with that chest of drawers before, to do with a mirror falling off of it in a really weird way and breaking off 2 doorknobs. Anyway, those drawers seem to have stopped opening by themselves until one evening when we went to the shops and saw a DVD of The Conjuring 2 on sale. We laughed about it, but I just felt really on edge, like I didn't want to talk or think about the film. When we got back from the shops, one of the drawers was open. It stopped completely after for about a month, and now it never happens. During the period where the drawers would open, I found myself waking in the night boiling hot and sweating, and feeling a slight anxiousness some nights before bed. It just felt like there was a heaviness in the room which made me uncomfortable and unsafe. As I fell asleep, I started visualizing a white sphere of protection around our bed, and did this every time I felt wary, for about 2 weeks. After a while, I no longer felt the need to do it. I don't know why I did it, it just felt like the right thing to do to feel safe. It might be worth mentioning that we have the Key of Solomon in our living room bookcase where we watch the film. I've never really read it, and it sits there more as a homage to the love of weirder things of life than anything we'd consider using practically. I know in The Conjuring 2, the name of the demon is shouted and repeated at the end, and one thought I had is that it tapped into a little bit of residual energy that might surround the book. I didn't make this connection for a while afterwards, though. I wasn't conscious of the book being there when we watched the film. Has anyone else ever had an odd experience after watching a demonic horror film, or any thoughts on what might be happening?
Do you think if there's something in their house and someone watches a scary movie, the thing's sitting on the couch with them watching it, it's like, oh, that's actually a really good idea. I will be trying that later.
You know what?
Ooh, you jumped from that. Okay, cool.
I've been really trying to get you guys' attention for so long, and nothing's been working. So you know what? I think I'm just going to resort to petty shit, like opening your door to it.
I can't. I've been trying so many other things. That was it.
Yeah.
That's the key.
See, I would never notice this because Quentin leaves his drawers open all the time.
I leave my drawers open all the time. I would never notice.
I can't. It like bugs me when my drawers are open.
Yeah.
So whenever I see his open, I do shut them. But I would never notice because he opens them and leaves them open all the time. So a petty little ghost is not going to do anything when you live with a man.
That's the thing. I don't live with a man. So. Yeah. I was talking with, back when I used to live with Bettina, she would always leave drawers open and leave cabinets open. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about if there was ever a ghost in our apartment, we would have no idea. Because things are just open all the time. And I'm like, oh yeah, Bettina came through here. It's fine. And the ghost is like, God damn it.
No. These fucking, what is the word? Oh my God, I can't.
I thought you were going to say dumb bitches.
I was going to say, what is the word when you don't notice something all the time?
I don't know, but I think I have that.
I don't know. It's like on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. The people watching this are like, you
oblivious?
Stupid. Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say these dumb oblivious bitches.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I feel the same way. Like, if something was haunting me, they'd have to be really straightforward with it, because otherwise I'm not going to notice. I'm always going to write something off.
Especially if I take my contacts out. Maybe that's why I'm getting sleep paralysis now. They're like, God damn it, we've been trying.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. We don't know how else to get to you besides giving you sleep paralysis and standing over you in your sleep.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Very unsettling.
Yeah. This is
weird.
The Conjuring 2 is a solid movie.
I don't remember what happened. I know I've seen it, but it's been years.
It's the British family and it has the crooked man in it. Yeah.
Spooky. Yeah, that one's creepy.
I do really, really like that one.
Yeah.
The Conjuring, the first one's always going to be like OG for me. I was gonna say something from the last story when I was like, oh, I'll bring it up in the next one because it's The Conjuring, and now I don't. Oh, I was gonna say, it's like how when we went to the Conjuring Last Rites premiere and they gave us that room spray that's also supposed to be like holy water.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny because I'm like, oh my god, no, this ghost is gonna be afraid of citrus and Palo Santo. No, I truly do not think I would ever notice if something scary happened after a horror movie, because for me, how I think, even though I may not think that I'm in a bad headspace, I know that I still consume that content, right? So even though I watched these scary movies and then I watched The Office for 4 hours, I still have that residual feeling of watching that scary movie, even if I loved it. Mm-hmm. The whole point of a scary movie, people love scary movies because they like being scared.
Right.
They like the feeling of the adrenaline. They like the feeling of, like, you know, sitting on the edge of your seat and being captivated by something.
Right.
And on top of that, especially with The Conjuring, the first two movies, the cinematography and the casting, the acting, the costuming, all of everything that it goes into making that movie is just a masterpiece. Like, it is a beautifully, beautifully done horror movie, both of them. And they do lose it a little bit later now. But the first two are so, so solid in what they are. That even if I enjoyed every aspect of that and I left that movie saying, I loved that movie, it was so good, I had such a great time watching it, I'm still gonna feel that anxiety and that residual negativity that came from that movie, because that's just how consuming bad content works. Right. Like, that's why people are like, oh, you shouldn't play violent games. And they're a little right. You know, violent games are fun. They're fun. But it does
put you in that headspace.
Yeah, they put you in that negative headspace. They fill your body with these negative hormones and endorphins. And it's not me. It's your brain. It's scientific, you know?
Right.
So even though you think that you're in a good headspace after you watch these movies,
your body still has the reaction of the adrenaline and all of that.
Subconsciously. Mm-hmm. So same thing like we were saying with the last one, you're gonna be more open to things. And I know, and I know this is why I have so many nightmares. I know this is a big contributing factor. Obviously, it's not the only factor, because there are, like, I haven't watched a scary movie in a couple of weeks now, I feel like. Yes. It's hard because I usually watch them like once or twice or 3 times a week. Yeah. But I haven't in a couple of weeks. And I mean, and I go through spurts like that sometimes where I don't watch them and I still have nightmares every single night. Yeah. But I know that on the nights that I do watch scary movies, it is harder for me to fall asleep, even though I know I'm not scared of it. Right. Like, I'm not scared of horror movies. I love them. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't tell my body to calm down. Right. Like, your mind is different than your body. Right. Yeah. And
you still have those adrenaline hits.
Yeah. You can't control your endorphins that are running through your body. And so I know that on those nights I'm going to have, like, rougher sleep. I'm aware that I'm going to have to suffer the consequences later. Yeah. So to say, I you know, that's all I gotta say. I think these people are picking up things that,
you know, you're just picking up on some stuff. I don't know what's happening with your drawer. Maybe get it fixed. Get a new dresser.
Yeah. It could just be, like, sliding open. Like, maybe there's a curve in your floor or something. Yeah. If that's the only thing that's happening is your drawer is opening,
I would never notice that.
I would never notice that, nor would I care. No. I'd be like, if that's the ghost, if that's what you want to do, George, if you're listening, if that's what you want to do, if you just want to open some drawers from time to time, go for it. You're not harming me. There's nothing bad going on. You're not waking up with scratch marks on you. You're not speaking in Latin backwards. You're not bruising and bleeding out of your eyes and nose and mouth and bending over backwards with your limbs popping out of their sockets.
Thank God. Oh my God.
Yeah. Then I would be upset.
Yeah.
If that happened.
When I first moved into my apartment, I had watched, I think I went to the movies and, seen a horror movie. Mm-hmm. And I was laying in bed getting ready to go to sleep. And I have all these LED candles around my room. And they all came on. I was like, am I about to be sacrificed? Something's being summoned right now. So the Costco LED candles, they have a timer, and they'll come on the same time every night. If you hit the timer button on the remote, that is not labeled timer, it's just a shape. So
I'm glad you figured that out.
Yep, I Googled it. I was on Reddit.
Yeah.
Reddit, because other people are like, hey, so does anyone else think their apartment's possessed by demons? Yeah, Costco candles.
Good to know.
So in case
I forget them.
you get those Costco LED candles, watch out.
You know what I had to Google the other day? Because I was really freaked out. Quinn and I took a bath the other day, and I got a bath bomb from Lush, and it was a little ghost bath bomb.
Cute.
I thought it was so cute, and I was super excited to use it, and I haven't been able to take a bath since my surgery, so I was, like, super stoked to do it. My body's been aching. I was like, I just want to soak in a fucking tub.
Yeah.
And I threw this little bitch in. We get in the bathtub. We start hearing little, like, sparks, like little like pops of water and stuff, and I immediately was like, are we hearing water leak downstairs into the kitchen? Is the bathtub about to crash through the ceiling?
Yeah. Oh my God.
So both of us were like literally like looking all around trying to like feel out if the water was draining or anything, and he was like, does the bath bomb have anything in it that makes this noise? And I was like, I don't think so. I've never had a bath bomb that makes this noise. Because it was literally like, I was like, what the fuck is happening? I feel like we're going to die. And Britain's like, do you want to get out? And I was like, I've been waiting for this bath for so long. I just used this bath bomb. I'm not getting out of this fucking bath. So he was like, look it up. So I went on Lush's website, and it was like, this cute little ghost bath bomb, it like disappears and turns into all these colors. And also it has popping candy in it. And I was like, you put Pop Rocks in a fucking bath bomb.
You put Pop Rocks in a bath bomb. You're bathing in candy.
I was bathing in candy. It smelled really nice, though.
I bet it did.
Yeah, but then that eased our minds, because I genuinely was like, this bathtub's going to fall through the ceiling.
Thank God for the internet.
Yeah.
You know how many stories are probably, oh yeah, this is totally haunted, but it wasn't. It was actually Pop Rocks in your bath bomb, but you couldn't Google it.
Yeah.
So...
leaky faucets, radiator systems just creaking,
carbon monoxide.
You ate a piece of moldy bread and went on an acid trip. There are so many things that it could be, and I do appreciate, because again, a fan of the spooky and supernatural, I do appreciate when people jump to it's a ghost, because I'm like, hell yeah. No, it's not.
It probably not. But so much fun if it is. Like, not for you, but so fun to read if it is.
Yeah. And it would be really cool if it was.
Yeah.
It probably isn't.
Probably not.
No.
Story 3.
Yippee.
What's a scary thing that happened to you while you were watching a horror movie that caused you to freak out more than the movie would have itself? This happened a couple days after I saw a movie, but in the 6th grade, I watched The Strangers, and that had me shook. Like, it was all I could think about. Same and fair.
Yeah, The Strangers. Oh, well, I'll talk about it, but The Strangers was so fucking scary.
One night, my best friend tells me he finally got Halo 3 and to come over, so I pack my bag with my controller and snacks and head out. He lives a couple blocks away, and we live in a pretty safe area, so my parents let me go on my own. As I was walking, I ended up passing 3 high schoolers who started following me, saying they're going to walk with me. Now, internally, I was panicking because I was thinking about the movie, but one of those high schoolers was a girl, and she seemed really nice, and I thought she was cute. She was asking about my day, how old I was, yada yada yada. I loosened up a bit, then out of nowhere, one of the guys asked me if I've ever wanted to kill someone. In his words, do you ever think about just beating someone's head into the concrete with a brick until there's nothing left? And then goes into detail about how a splattered head would look. I'm like, no. And I tell them they don't have to keep walking me. I am good on my own. Then the girl starts pushing the conversation and asking me to think really hard about someone that I don't like and tell her what I would want to do to them. I ignore her. First guy asked me if I'm lying and if I've ever been so mad at my parents that I wanted to hurt them. I was like, no. Then he takes off his backpack and says he wants to show me something and pulls out a knife and a brick and asks me what I think they should do with them. I remember tears building up in my eyes without thinking and just bolted. I heard them laughing behind me and also heard someone running behind me. At this point, they stopped chasing me and I made it to my friend's house. I explained to his dad what happened, and he and his army buddies drove me around the neighborhood until we found the kids chilling at the park. They started crying and apologizing, claiming that they were just joking. They showed the knife was one of those prop knives that retracts when it touches you. My friend's dad made him give them the knife and the brick. The best thing that came out of this was that it scared my parents into giving me my first cell phone.
Do those kids need fucking therapy?
Fuck those kids.
Holy shit.
Fuck those kids.
Those are literally the kids that you see in horror movies from like all the school bullies that are like, certainly they wouldn't actually kill someone, right? No, they would.
They would, as it turns out.
Yeah, that's so...
Especially after watching The Strangers.
Yeah, no, it's
this
like
is not good in any scenario.
But having that at the forefront of your head, because that's literally the whole premise of The Strangers. Like, the whole thing at the end is they're like, why? She's like, why are you doing this? And they're like, because you were home.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's like walking, and he's like, why are you doing this? And they're like, because you were here.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's the whole reason that you got hurt was because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I think that's one of the scariest things. And I think that's why I like paranormal movies so much. Because I think that they're so not likely to happen.
Right.
Like, the odds of you getting possessed by a demon are 0.0000000000001%. The odds of you getting harmed by another person is like 25 or 30 or 40%. Like, you... Right. The odds of you getting attacked by a person are so high. Yeah. The world is so scary.
Other people are so scary.
Yeah.
I watched The Strangers. My high school boyfriend's grandparents had a timeshare for a ski resort up in the mountains, and it was in the summertime because it was much cheaper. So he and me and some of our friends went up to the cabin, watched The Strangers. It was my first time ever smoking weed. And then, the sun went down, and I'm sitting in this cabin. No one else is there because it's a ski resort in the middle of summer. And I was like, they're going to come get us. Yeah. Dear God, no one would know. Who would save us? No one.
Yeah. The first time, it's really funny that you have that experience, because the first time I watched The Strangers, I was at a family reunion in Branson, Missouri, and we were in a cabin in the woods. And I was 10 years old.
Oh my God, no.
I was so young. My dad introduced me to horror movies way too young. I saw The Boogeyman when I was like 5 or 6 or something.
A little too young,
Yeah, and so we watched The Strangers, and I remember watching it, and my tiny little pea brain as a 10-year-old could not fathom that somebody would do that to another person.
Right.
And then it got dark, and I had to sleep with my dad because I was like, I can't sleep with myself. This is so scary. Like, somebody's gonna break in and kill us all. Right. Even though it's a house full of like 20 people, like a giant cabin in the woods.
Yeah, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. But yeah, I think about that anytime I'm in a remote cabin anywhere, which I've been to quite a few. Yeah. It's always in the back of my head, like that. Yeah. That movie has made such an impact.
Absolutely.
And it's a great horror movie and a great classic for that reason, because it is so real. It is something that every single person on Earth can resonate with. Like,
you feel that fear.
Yeah.
Especially that shot where she's walking through the house and it makes me sick thinking about it.
The whole thing. It's like, I Yeah, it's one of those movies that I can't really rewatch it because of how
I saw it the
scary
one time. I am good. Because otherwise, I'm going to be looking over my shoulder all the time, which I'll never be looking forward, and that's how they'll get me.
Yeah, I watched it probably a year or two ago because they came out with the other one.
Oh,
the like new one.
Yeah, I haven't seen
horrible.
That. Okay.
It's so bad. Literally, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
Because at least in the first one, so in the first one, they make it so much more realistic. First of all, love that they picked Erwin as the main character. Love her. She's beautiful. What's the actress's name?
I almost joked. I don't know.
It's not Jennifer Gardner, but
Liv Tyler.
That's not. Is that Erwin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
She's beautiful.
what I was saying, they set this up as so normal, as like such a day-to-day thing. You have this couple who like they're not getting engaged, she's not ready, like there's already like strife there, but you feel for this couple because they're so real already. And then it's just these series of unfortunate events, and there's when you're watching it, you're like, oh, they could do this. Oh no, they can't.
Just kidding.
Actually, just kidding, they can't do that.
Yeah.
And it takes all of that fun out of like when you watch a silly scary movie and you're like, just do this. If you just do this, you will be okay.
It's like, no, you won't.
Yeah. In the first original Strangers, there is simply nothing they could do.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, and that's that again, what's so scary is that you're like, oh, logically never mind.
If I were here, here's what I would do, and I would totally get away and it'd be fine.
But in the new Strangers, it is completely opposite. Like the whole entire movie, you're like, why'd you do that? Weird. Why'd you do that? Weird. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Are you dumb? The whole movie, you're like, you're asking for it. Mm-hmm. I feel like you're asking. I feel like you want this to happen.
Like, oh no, please don't murder me, Mr. Jose.
Exactly. I want to be in the sequel. Like, except she does die. So it's like, what do you want? You know? But going back to this story,
this poor kid,
that would be such a traumatizing thing.
Bright side, you got a cell phone.
Yeah, but
at what cost?
Yeah, you're like thinking about this. The kid who was describing what they would want to do with a brick, like they need serious help.
There was a kid who would do things like this in my sister's grade. He was weird. He was ostracized. No one was nice to him.
Yeah.
Because he would say weird shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up murdering someone. There's like a multi-part YouTube documentary on it. The person he murdered was this like homeless man who was downtown. He would always sit and read his book. He had a job at the bookstore. He just preferred to not live in traditional housing. Mm-hmm. Murdered him. And do you want to know more? It's awful.
I don't know. Tell me.
His mom found the head in his closet.
Oh, see, and there's always signs.
It's bad.
There's always signs.
Yeah, and there's like multiple reports of like schools kicking him out, complaints about him, and the parents are being like, well, my child would never do that. My child. Like, no, your child needed help.
Yeah.
You didn't get it. And he killed someone.
Yeah. That reminds me of, unfortunately, my sister. Because my sister in late middle school, early high school, and obviously, like, our childhood was rough.
Yeah.
But she went from loving, like, not 5 Seconds of Summer, One Direction and stuff like that. Like, she loved Hannah Montana, loved One Direction, loved the color yellow, was like super bright and happy, and then like one day it just switched, like complete 180.
Yeah.
And she started harming herself. And trigger warning, sorry, or I should have said that before, but trigger warning, she started harming herself. And then she started writing in her diary graphically about what she wanted to do to me and my mom.
Oh my God.
Like, in detail. Very, very scary. And it got to the point where, like, I had booby traps set up in my room. Yeah. So if she came in the middle of the night, I would be able to, like, wake up and defend myself.
Yeah.
Because, like, one of the things that she had written in her journal was, like, something she wanted to do while I was asleep. And so my mom, like, got us locks, like, good locks for our doors and all this, which, you shouldn't have to do in your house, right? Right. But then it got to a boiling point where she held a knife to us. Oh. And my mom was like, you know what? I don't think this is a good idea anymore. I think you need help. And so she went and got help. She's not better, but she did go get help. But yeah, there's just always signs, and it's up to you whether or not you listen to them or not. And like these kids, there were signs.
It's like, yeah, we're just joking. It's like, no, that's a really weird, like, knock knock, who's there?
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
That's a fun joke. Not traumatizing a kid, talking about how you want to crush somebody's head with a brick and then having a brick.
Yeah, and you're like, oh.
What a coincidence.
Oh my God.
Wow. You know what? Maybe we should test this theory out. You think?
Like, you weird motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like, go get a hobby.
Do something else. Go ride your bike around. Fucking Stranger Things it. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason that your whole, I don't know, man.
Stop being a little freak.
It's so weird. That also reminds me, sorry, I keep going on the different tangents, but the story I was listening to do today, the no sleep story was the wife kept I can't remember the title. It was like, My Wife Won't Stop Peeking at Me. And it was basically this guy, he was like, I love horror movies. My wife hates horror movies. She's a very serious woman. I'm not. But one day, I saw her peeking out from around the corner at me, and she was just smiling really creepy and just staring at me. And I tried to say something, and she just giggled and ran away.
Yeah.
And then the next day, she was staring at me from around the corner, and she was on all fours, and then I saw her staring, and she giggled and ran away on all fours. And then the next day, they have a chest at the end of their bed. And he was laying in bed, and he heard the chest creak open. And he looked down at the chest, and he sees his wife staring up at him from the chest. Then the next day, he is in the shower, and he is washing his hair, and he looks over, and he sees his wife pressed up against the shower curtain.
Oh my God.
Mouth agape, giggling, staring at him, and he's like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So
oh my God.
He leaves, goes to his brother's house. His wife's texting him, hey, like, where are you? Please come home. Please come home. And he doesn't respond. He goes to sleep. He wakes up because he feels like somebody's watching him. He looks to his left, and he sees his wife pressed against the window watching him sleep, giggling, staring.
Yeah.
So
I hate that.
Yeah. So then after that, he's like, I can't go home. I don't know what to do. Like, this is so scary. Like, something's wrong with her.
Yeah.
And he talked to his brother's wife, and he was like, she was like, oh yeah, I saw her today. She came by while you were sleeping and asked how you were doing. And he was like, did you let her in? And he was like, she was like, no, but she didn't seem okay. Like, she seemed really worried about you. So he's like, okay, like, I think she needs help. I'm going to go talk to her, try to get her to go seek help.
Yeah.
So he goes with his brother to her house. They walk in. It's completely dark. Like, there's no light. It's in the middle of the day. There's no light inside the house. Curtains are drawn. Blinds are closed. It smells like death. He goes upstairs, opens their armoire. There's a pile of eyeballs from different animals just sitting on the floor in their armoire. And then, like, he's like, what the hell? Like, what? He was like, we need to leave. So he starts packing his bag, and he starts hearing, like, the low chuckle again. And he looks over.
Leave your shit, my guy.
And his wife's under the bed, curled up staring.
Oh my God, no. You can get new t-shirts.
Yeah,
Get the
so
fuck
he
out of there.
like reaches under the bed to try to like get her to come out to like take her to get help. She stabs him with a piece of glass.
Yeah.
He's like, holy shit. Then she sees his brother and she immediately like something switches and she becomes like absolutely feral. So they run out of the house. She chases him, tries to jump on his back, right? Claws him up. They get out of there. The cops get there. She's gone. She's gone. He goes to the hospital. The cops are like, you need to go somewhere safe. Go be with family and do something.
Yeah.
She knows that he's at the brother's house, so he's like, I can't stay here.
Yeah.
You guys be safe. I'm going to go somewhere else. So he drives an hour outside of town, and he's hiding out at a motel. And how the story ends is he gets a text, and she says, I see you.
I bet he used the credit card. She could see the credit card. Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
spooky.
Isn't that a spooky story?
So my fight or flight is to punch the shit out of something.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's good, but if my spouse was just like creepy peeking at me, I wouldn't mean to do it. But like,
Oh, yeah. Immediately.
yeah.
Immediately. I could not do that. Like,
No.
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 Especially, what would have my like, the first time, I would have been like, hey, that's not funny.
We're not
Don't do
doing
that.
that.
Yeah,
We're
let's
not
not do
doing
that. The second time, running on all fours, I'd be like, hey, absolutely the fuck not. If
Yeah.
you do that again, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
The climbing out of the trunk.
No, I would have closed that trunk. I would have
Ooh, stapled that bitch shut, ran out of the house.
absolutely the fuck not. You're
No.
never seeing me again.
Exactly. That would have been it for me.
No.
The-
Who am I to pull you out from under the bed after I find your pile of eyeballs? I'm not going to save you.
No, I'm
Don't
leaving.
save her. She don't need to be saved.
God. Whatever is possessed you, let it
She
take
gone.
hold.
She
Yeah.
is gone. I am so sorry. I will pray on your grave because you're gone, baby.
Yeah. No. So,
Yeah, no, fuck that.
anyway, story 4. Story 4. And I do have a story that goes with this because it went with the last story too, but then I read this title. I was like, oh, I'll just bring it up in the next one. So.
Okay.
What is the scariest thing that happened to you after watching a scary movie, and what movie was it? It wasn't after, but during the movie. I was really young and my family was watching Poltergeist during a really bad thunderstorm. It was at the part where the tree comes to life and comes through the windows. Right at the climax of the scene, lightning hit the tree in our neighbor's backyard. It came down into our backyard, knocking down the fence. When this happened, we all stared at each other in fear. I thought it was the tree being possessed, and I was so terrified. My dad slowly got up and carefully looked out the window one by one, even checking that the doors were locked. Probably just to calm everyone down because he thought it was a really close lightning strike. That's when we heard something in our backyard. This is when my dad actually got scared because maybe there was someone in our yard. We all went out to check because safety in numbers, right? Turns out the neighbor's dog was just going apeshit, so they let him out. The dog just wanted to know what the fuck happened, just like us. He was running around our yard, barking at the tree, barking at us, back at our neighbor, who wasn't outside because he didn't think anything of the noise. Eventually, he came back to let the dog in and was like, what the fuck? He looked in the morning and the tree just barely missed the house by a few feet, and us kids weren't allowed in the backyard due to nails sticking out everywhere. The fence is still lopsided to this day. That would scare the shit out of me, too.
You're at the scariest part of a movie. Boom, lightning strike, tree falls over.
Yeah. Especially when it has to do, like, in the movie, in Poltergeist, that scene, there is a storm going on outside. There's lightning coming from outside. There's lightning coming inside because of the closet. Like, it's all like, whoo, inside the room. There's wind everywhere. And the tree does it, like, breaks in through the windows, you know? So,
Then I would think it was a possessed tree.
yeah.
It probably is.
It probably, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
You're so right.
They're like the, what are they called? The imps? No. Tree imps? I'm pretty sure that's what they're called.
Nymphs?
No.
No.
Ents.
Oh, yeah.
Tree ents.
Yeah.
It's like that. They're little tree ents. And just like kind of like, I guess it's my time. Like,
You know what would be funny watching this?
yeah. It's like the tree's watching from the outside, like, hey, I know what's about to happen. Hey, God, you want to help me out here?
Give me one good strike.
God's like, yeah, okay. The tree's like, hi-ho!
Falls over, starts playing Kesha. It's going down.
I'm yelling timber!
So I was watching, it wasn't a scary movie. I was watching Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park is arguably kind of scary.
And it was
gonna say.
There's a thunderstorm and the T-Rex came out and then the power just went out. And I was like, no, that wouldn't happen.
You never know. The chances of being attacked by a raptor are never zero. They're slim, but it's never zero. This reminds me, and I might have already told you this, but the first time I ever watched Paranormal Activity, I was at my friend's house, and she lived on this old farmhouse in Michigan, and all day we had spent the day like ghost hunting. So we did a seance in her barn.
Nice.
And we like recorded the seance and we played the audio back. We thought we heard something. So we're already like freaked out, right?
Yeah.
We decide, for whatever reason, to watch Paranormal Activity. So it's me, that girl that I showed you earlier on Facebook, actually, fun fact.
Yeah.
And then the girls whose house it was, and her brother and her brother's two friends.
Okay.
And her brother and his friends are older, so we were like, you know, and we're trying to act cool because, like, you know. And we watch Paranormal Activity, and it gets to that end scene where the body flies at the camera, right?
Yeah.
So that happens. We're already scared. We're like, and the body flies at the camera. A hand lands on the window right behind the TV.
I would have peed.
And we're on the second floor in her brother's room. Hand slams against the window. All of us scream bloody murder. We're falling all over the place, like scrambling to get up. The window opens. Her dad crawls inside, and then her oldest brother crawls inside behind him. Yeah. And they're laughing hysterically. And they're like, we got you guys good. I'm like, why would you guys do that? Why would you do that? And they're like, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming, so we just waited. I'm like, that is forever ingrained in my memory. I'll remember that when I'm old and senile. I'll be like, you remember Paranormal Activity? That's probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me watching a scary movie, I feel like.
I used to do shit like that to my little sister. Because she would have all her friends over, they would watch a movie, and one year for Halloween, her and her friends dressed up as Purge characters. So I took the Purge masks, I hid it somewhere. It was a decoy. I was like, oh, Jasmine's trying to scare us again. She always does that. So annoying, whatever. Meanwhile, me and Lisa snuck around to outside of their room, and we were just scratching on the window. And then we smacked it, the little scream. It was so funny.
No.
So funny.
This is coming up from my memory, just bubbling out.
Yeah.
I watched The Grudge when I was probably 11 or 12, and I watched it at my aunt's house, and she lived in this really, and I mean, like, it was a historic home built in the late 1800s in Dallas, and like, beautiful home, but old as fuck. And you could tell because there's like a butler's pantry and like hidden passages and stuff like that. And I love that house. If I could have ever bought it, it's like almost $1 million now. I looked at it a few months ago because I was like, man, that would have been such a cool house to own. But I watched The Grudge in her room with my cousin, and there again, house old house creak. Yeah. So I went to bed that night, and I was like laying in bed, and I'm freaked out. Obviously, I'm a child. Yeah. I'm a tween, and I have been absolutely mortified by this movie. This movie traumatized the absolute fuck out of me. Mm-hmm. Like, I watched The Grudge then, and I didn't watch it again until I was like 24 years old. Yeah. So I went to bed, and they had this old gray cat called Smokey, and he was such an asshole. He was so mean. He was such a mean cat. But he yowled a lot. And one of the things in the movie, if you've seen it, is like the little boy, like there's a cat, but the little boy like does that.
It's very unsettling.
Yeah. And so the cat starts doing that in the middle of the night. So
that cat.
me, a tween, had the blankets up to here.
Yeah.
Then I start hearing the floorboards from the stairs creaking. And it's like goes up, there's a landing, turns and goes back up. So I peek out, and the room that I'm in is like the door is. I'm laying in bed right here, right? The door is right here. The stairs are right here.
Gotcha. So you're
from
right
the
by the stairs.
You can see straight into where I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Straight in. So the door is wide open. I'm laying there. My cousin's laying next to me, and I'm like. I'm like shaking, and I keep hearing the creaking, like over and over again. And I like wake up my cousin. I'm like, Jojo, wake up. He wakes up. He's like, what? I'm like, something's in the house. He's like, no, there's not. Yeah. He's like younger than me too.
The cat?
Yeah, he's like 10 or something at this point.
Oh my god!
And we both watched it together with my sister.
Yeah.
And he like gets up, and my sister's like on the floor, and he like gets up, and we like all get up, and we like go out into the hallway. None of us have cell phones, obviously, because this is like early 2000s, and we all go out, no flashlights, nothing, and we're like looking around the house. We go to my aunt's room. We're like, me, not him, but I was like, yeah, Wendy. She was like. And I was like, oh no, no. So we run back into the room, shut the door, lock it, and all of us climbed into bed together and put the covers over our head and just like hid there.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's one of the movies. I have a friend who she watched it when we were teenagers, and for years, every night, the girl was in her dreams.
Yeah.
Every night. And I'm like, oh.
I used to tuck my feet in. I shit you not. Again, until I rewatched it.
Yeah, rewatching it?
24.
Yeah, different
12
story.
years.
Yeah.
I tucked my feet in every single night because I thought me, an adult, consciously thinking this every night, and this is what makes me think I might have OCD. I literally was like, I would tuck my feet in because I was like, if I don't, she's going to crawl up like she does in that scene. She's going to crawl up from my feet and be my face. Yeah. So if I tuck my feet in, then she can't do that.
Well, and then you were affirmed because each time you did it, it didn't happen.
And then another thing I would do, ritualistically, I would never close my eyes in the shower while I was washing my hair.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought that
I still don't do that.
Yeah, I was like, I thought that if I kept my eyes open and I'd never scrubbed the back of my head like that, I'd go down like this. Again, wild that your brain is like, if you rub this way, it won't happen. If you rub this way, it will, and you will die.
I have one of those little scalp scrubbies. Mm-hmm. Love that thing because now I don't think about that in the shower. I'm just like, okay, what the fuck ever.
Yeah. No, I still like, I rub from the bottom and from the top. I never rub from the sides. And I don't know if that's just like
it's like the somebody.
Yeah. But like, it was like that all growing up. And same thing, if I ever took a bath when I was younger, after watching that movie, I wouldn't dip my head below the water. Like, I would never cover my face under the water. I would go right before my ears. Yeah. If my ear holes went under the water, I was like, I will die.
Too far.
I literally thought, I was like, me and my whole family will die if my ears go under the water.
So, you might.
Yeah. And there are a lot of little things like that that, like, I still do. They're not as severe, but, like, I don't know. Like, when I go to the bathroom at night, I'm like, sometimes Quentin will leave the medicine cabinet open. And it'll like, the medicine cabinet is a mirror, so it'll face the other mirror. Mm. And you can still, even when it's closed, you can still see the mirror up against each other. And a big thing in spirituality is that, like, mirrors are portals. Right. So, like, you can open things up that way. And if you have two mirrors facing each other, it's more likely to open something up, right? Doesn't matter if it's closed or open, the mirrors still, like, can see each other. Yeah. Every time it happens, it plays in my head over and over. I'm like, you have to close that. You have to close that or you'll die. You have to close that or you'll die. Like, it does not matter. There are, like, little things like that all the time where I'm like, if I don't do this exact way, I'll die.
I would argue, probably, you know?
Yeah.
My, So I told how I scared my sister. My sister scared the shit out of me and my friends one night, but she was trying to be really polite. Because me and my friends were watching The Grudge in the living room. Lights are off. We're like 14. Boys are over. So I'm like, oh no, I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Hold me. And my sister, she's 10 years younger than me, so she was maybe 4. And she saw we were watching a movie, didn't want to walk in front of the TV, so she got down on the ground and crawled. And my friend James saw that, and he just sees this little thing crawling on the ground towards him. He was this close to kicking my sister until he looked. He's like, nope, it's a blonde child. It's a little child. Scared the ever-living shit out of all of us. It's like, beep, beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep. Yeah.
I can see
She
that.
was trying to be polite. She has good manners. Well, after that, I'm not so sure I want to watch something scary. What about like a comedy?
No.
Like an action movie?
Definitely not. Don't be a baby.
Okay. I'm going to be brave just for you.
Don't just do it for me. Do it for our 208 YouTube subscribers who are definitely going to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you follow all of our socials at whatwasthat_the_pod. Give us to everyone. Share us like the ring, the video of the ring. Spread us around like that.
If you don't share us,
You know it'll happen.
yeah.
We're going to come crawling out of your TV and computer screens. And if you would like to share your own scary story with us, please email us at whatwasthat.thepod@gmail.com.
So, do you like scary movies?
Why does your voice sound like that? I mean, like, generally, yes, but after what we just read, I'm not entirely sure.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
Well, you have to have a favorite. What comes to mind? Wait,
What was that?